All right, hey everyone, Mr. Paseski here again with another college representative. This time we have Mara from Embry Riddle University. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Sure. All right, so the questions I've been asking, what are the top 5 things you would want a prospective student to know about Embry Riddle?
All right, well, first of all, I would want everyone to know that although our name is Aeronautical, that's not the only thing that we have to offer. So that's definitely what we're the best known for. So if anybody does want to go into aviation, we're definitely where you should be looking. Or if you're interested in aircraft or spacecraft design, we're definitely a place to look at, but we also have a lot more to offer. Beyond that, we have programs in business, we have programs in security intelligence, various aspects of forensics. We have meteorology programs. So there's actually a lot to offer students. I would also want students to know that we are a private institution with a small campus size and feel. So if anyone's looking for a more personalized environment where you're going to know all of your classmates, where you're going to know like your professors will know you. You're not going to just be a number. They're going to know your name. They're going to know when you're not in class. This is a great place to go for that sort of thing. We're also located up in the mountains. So anyone who might be looking for a change of scenery from Tucson, but maybe doesn't want to stray away too far from home, I think we're a really nice balance there because it is different up in Prescott, being in the mountains, pine trees, but we're still Arizona. We're about 3.5 hours away from Tucson. So I think the location is ideal as well. So how many is that? Is that 3?
Yeah. Sure, I wasn't really counting, but okay.
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit about the admissions requirements?
Sure. So we do like to look at students on an individual basis. So we don't have set minimums because we like to factor in a variety of different things about a student. So we're going to look at cumulative GPA. We look at test scores, although we are test optional. So if you're not happy with what your SAT or ACT score is, you don't have to submit it. But we also look individually at course selection. So we'll factor in if a student is taking honors or AP classes. And we also look at individual math and science preparation for the specific degree program that a student is applying to. So at Embry Riddle, we're very career focused, and students are going to start on degree-specific coursework right off the bat first semester. So we want to make sure that you are in the applicable math course and science course for your degree. So for non-technical majors, at a minimum, we need to see completion of Algebra 2 by the end of high school, as well as 2 lab sciences. For students who are looking at technical majors, such as engineering, space physics, astronomy, forensic biology, or meteorology, we need to see preparation for Calculus 1, as well as for engineering and physics students need to be ready to go into a calculus-based physics course. And we would really want to see both physics and chemistry completed in high school.
Thanks. So you talked a little bit about how Embry Riddle is still in Arizona, but it could be a change of scenery from Tucson. Can you talk a little bit about residential life on campus and what that looks like?
Sure. Very involved in and outside of the classroom. So we have over 100, probably like 150 student organizations that range anywhere from special interest, so like hobbies and things like that. There are professional organizations on campus. There are other organizations that are extensions of some of the interests students are pursuing in the classroom. So for example, there's model rocketry, there's UAS classes or clubs. We also do have Greek life. There are sororities and fraternities on campus. They are not really what you would picture when you think of Greek life. They're a lot more service oriented. So in addition to that, there's a lot to do in the local area, particularly in the outdoors. So anyone who's interested in hiking, rock climbing, mountain biking, those are all popular activities. There's a place to go hang gliding not that far away with middle students. So there's also a lot of restaurants within Prescott, a lot of places to hang out. There's a movie theater, places to go shopping, things like that.
Nice, very cool. So you can still be active outside town. And that's what would you say? What kind of student would do well at Embry Riddle? What kind of student are you looking for?
Well, because Embry Riddle is fairly tightly niched, I would say the number one thing would be to do. Most of the time, students who apply for Embry Riddle know exactly what they want when they come in. Sometimes they're undecided, but usually they're decided still within some sort of field. Like they might know that they want to work in the intelligence field, for example, but might not be exactly sure in what capacity. Or they might know they want to work in the aviation industry, but not exactly sure in what capacity. So there's certain levels of undecided, but we tend not absolutely no idea what they want yet, because our majors, we have a lot of variety, but we don't have like what you would find at U of A where you can pretty much do everything. So usually the students coming in are very focused and they know what they want.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. One of my favorite questions to ask is, are there any quirky traditions that students have on campus, like hitting a certain post before an exam or that kind of thing? Anything like that at Embry Riddle?
We have a spirit rock on campus. So a big giant rock, and so various student organizations will take turns redecorating it. So
Cool.
anytime you come on campus, the rock's going to look different.
Nice. Now, in light of everything going on with Corona, what advice would you give, one, to seniors who are incoming, and two, to juniors who are looking at Embry Riddle but worried about SATs and ACTs being unavailable and AP testing being somewhat different? What advice would you give to those two groups?
Who are coming in this fall. I know that there is still some uncertainty about what's going to be happening this fall, and I don't really have anything to say about that other than we're all still uncertain, but for now we are planning to move forward as though everything is going to be back to normal by August. For students who would be looking at a future term, I would not really worry too much about the SAT or the ACT, how we're going to work with students moving forward. But since we are already test optional, you know, if a student doesn't have the opportunity to take the SAT, they can certainly opt out of it and just have us look just at the high school transcript as the primary thing.
Nice. Perfect. Thank you. So we have a little bit of time left. Is there anything else you want to add before we sign off?
I can't think of any.
And that's Embry Riddle behind you, right?
I have a. Yes, this is an aerial shot of our campus. So let's see.
Nice.
The dome behind me that I was blocking is our new planetarium that we got a couple years ago.
It's great.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you again so much for being here, and I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. I will add that I am the admissions counselor for students in Tucson. So if anyone wants to contact me as a that they should feel comfortable to do that. I know some people aren't really sure, so they just send emails to the general email. And so I just want to assure anyone who might be interested that they can feel comfortable getting in touch with me directly with any question that they have. I am completely happy to talk to them.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right.
All right.